Ladies and gentlemen, people of the homeland, we lead comfortable lives. Most of us wake up in the morning, have breakfast with our loved ones, go to work or school, come home, have dinner with our loved ones, download a film or a television program, or perhaps some porn, and then go to bed. The next morning, we wake up and do it all again. These are what we might call the routines of our everyday lives. Most of us are content as long as this cycle of life is allowed to go on uninterrupted. But what many of us don't realize is that around these carefree routines there lurks a dangerous enemy. This enemy has eyes and ears virtually everywhere. It observes your activities and catalogs nearly all your doings in a state-of-the-art filing and retrieval system. This enemy works hard to make you believe that it's your friend and that it shares your values and beliefs. What's more, every year this friend asks you for a large portion of your hard-earned income with no promise of anything in return except some vague offers of protection. You know this enemy very well, but you may not recognize it for what it is. This enemy might even come in the guise of a librarian, a temporary worker, or even your in-law. Should I be alarmed, you asked? Well, I'll let you be the judge. Let's take a look at the example of a well-meaning woman who fell victim to this terrible, tyrannical menace. For her protection, we'll refer to her as the caretaker. The caretaker is a loving and diligent systems analyst. Her routine was to wake up every day and go to a job, and like most of you, she worked hard at her job. Frequently, she would spend upwards of 16 hours a day poring over the machines she was responsible for. She tended her computer systems with an attention to detail which could only be characterized as motherly, and thus cycled her routine until one day she began to notice things. Disturbing things. It was a hard feeling to define, but she was getting the sense she was being watched. Then, one day she received a message which a government agent had accidentally sent to her, intending it as a reply to his superior. This overworked agent unwittingly sent his response to the target of their surveillance herself by mistake. The caretaker's suspicions were confirmed. They were watching her closely, waiting to amass enough evidence to arrest her, conduct a trial in front of a military tribunal, declare her a domestic enemy combatant, and put her away for good, or worse. Luckily, the caretaker was able to pack her bags, abandon her tainted identity, and come to the best. Here, until recently, she's been quite safe from the tyrannical government's menacing clutches. Let the caretaker's story be a warning to you all. Though you may be comfortable in the routine cycles of your lives, you are not safe, and your actions are never, ever, ever private. With that said, I think it's time we begin this broadcast of The Best.